Hello YouTube, welcome to my channel. My name is Robert, and today I am reacting to Tyler Bucket here. He is a typical average American wanting to learn more about Canada, and I happen to be a typical average Canadian, so I thought I'd lend a hand and help him out with that. And in this video he is going to be reacting to what Canadians really think of Americans. Oh, this could go one of two ways. Really nice and watered down, or what many Canadians actually do think about Americans. And of course I got my own opinions, but I'll share that later or during this, so we'll see how it comes up. Now he doesn't know I'm doing these, so feel free to subscribe to his channel. I'm sure he'd appreciate it. If you want to support this channel, feel free to subscribe. It doesn't cost you anything, and it's totally free. Hit the post notification bell. When I drop new content, you'll know about it. Give the video a thumbs up, and feel free to leave a comment. And obviously, do the same for Tyler here. He works hard at these. Okay. Let's see what this is all about.
What's going on, everyone? I'm just a typical average American here today to react and learn about what Canadians really think about Americans. Am I ready for this? Yeah, I am. This should be quite interesting. I don't think I've ever reacted to a video quite on this topic. These are some hard-hitting questions. From what I can tell, this is this gentleman walking around Niagara Falls, I think, or someplace near it, and basically walking up to strangers, Canadians, asking, do they think America or Canada is better? America versus Canada questions, thoughts on America and Americans. Pretty blunt questions, pretty straight to the point, hard-hitting questions to be asking complete strangers, which sounds fairly entertaining to me. And I actually give kudos, props to people who are willing to just have a guy walk up to them with a camera and answer questions honestly like this. It's actually pretty cool. And so I respect all opinions I'm about to hear. At least I'm saying that now. I don't know what I'm about to hear. But it's all in good fun. I am quite fascinated what this is going to be like. What Canadians really think about Americans. Let's check it out.
So which country do you guys think is better, Canada or America? And don't be biased. I understand we're all Canadian.
I think Canada has a lot of things going for them. Free healthcare is big. Realistically, healthcare in America.
Okay, I'm going to stop her right there. Healthcare in Canada is not free. Portion of our taxes pay for it. No, we're already paying for it, so it's misleading.
America is very unaffordable, and a lot of people will avoid going to the doctor, getting tested for things because you're spending so.
For one thing, goodness gracious, what a beautiful shot. They're just having a heated interview by the most beautiful shot ever. Anyway, beside that, so these are all Canadian, and she already brings up good points when you're gonna answer the question of oh, Canada versus America. Healthcare is a great, if this is a debate of sorts, Canadian healthcare is probably one of the #1 best points in favor of Canada.
So much money. Here, you have a lot of preventative measures.
Okay, but aside from the healthcare, where would you prefer to travel, Canada or America?
Travel?
Yeah.
Travel.
Oh, America.
US has.
Have you ever seen a man from Atlanta?
No.
Whoa!
I feel like this might just be based on the fact that wouldn't Canadians want to vacation in America to experience something completely new and different? And Americans would probably want a vacation in Canada So I don't know if that question quite works. Where would you rather travel and vacation? I would figure you just want to go where you've never been.
Are you trying to say American guys are better?
Yeah, that's true, but there's still many places in Canada I've never traveled to and want to before I get myself a passport and go to the States. I mean, honestly, if I'm going to get a passport, I'm going to go to Europe or Australia before I would go into the States. But that's my opinion.
Better looking than a Canadian guy?
Most of them.
Wow.
There's some good-looking people here,
I
though.
know.
Which country's better, America or Canada?
Oh my gosh.
Canada. What kind of question is that?
Yeah?
Actually, no, both countries. Both countries are good.
Well, Canada, of course. We are. We're always better.
This is funny. I feel like Americans would react the same exact way. Actually, depending on like the current political climate in America or where you are.
Yeah, that's funny because every election where it doesn't go someone's way, they say, I'm moving to Canada.
It's kind of become a thing for Americans to be like, no, Canada, I want to go to Canada where they're not so crazy. Like depending on what's going on and where you are in America, you very well could get that answer. But it is funny that the Canadians here are immediately like, oh, Canada. You kidding me?
Half American, so.
Oh.
But I'd still say
I'm all
Canadian.
Canadian.
Okay.
Canada for sure.
Canada for sure.
Unanimous. Oh, not the clap of the hand.
For sure.
It's a loaded question.
Why is it loaded?
Because you're going to offend somebody.
If you asked me first, I would.
Oh, that's a chicken shit way out. Loaded question. He should be a politician.
have said, well, in what respect? But overall, I would say absolutely Canada.
Absolutely Canada?
Yeah, you couldn't
Okay.
pay me enough to live in the United States.
Why is that?
Oh my god! Why? What? She didn't have to go there. She didn't have to answer it like that. Oh, you
sorry.
couldn't. There's nothing you could give me to go to that hellscape, that terrible place, America. Oh, I actually think that's funny though.
Not even what I mean? Not even $1 million?
Well, it's a bit better now that Joe Biden's president, but when Trump, absolutely not. I didn't even want to set foot in the country.
I'll have to go with Canada.
Canada.
You started on that one though.
I know.
Why is that?
I used to live over there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Where?
Just right across, like right there.
On the other side of the falls?
I actually like America more,
Why?
just because of Shake Shack.
Because of Shake Shack, okay. Isn't this the camera guy? They're just asking the camera guy too.
How many states are there?
18.
I don't even know what Shake Shack is, so yeah. Okay. What's this? Okay. How many states are there in the U.S.? 50. 48 in the mainland, Hawaii and Alaska. That's it. That's all. All right. Let's see how many Einsteins we get here.
To like 60.
18?
Yeah.
Pardon me?
Is that right? Oh, 30? Like,
Oh wow, I'm actually glad they're doing this. I just watched a video about Americans completely failing to answer basic Canadian questions. And he's asking some of these Canadians how many states there are? I would have thought that was really, really common knowledge in Canada. This is surprising me.
60.
51.
Okay.
52.
What?
I think it's 52 states in America.
What?
What?
Exactly.
This is shocking me.
Me too.
Why is it that so many of them are so close to being correct? 50 states, by the way. Why is that so many Canadians think it's 52 or 51? Why like such a tiny little difference in being wrong?
I don't know. It's around.
Maybe they're including Mexico. And what's the other one? Puerto Rico? I don't know. Whatever. There's only 50.
50 something.
It's either 51 or 52.
It's 52.
Yeah.
52?
50.
You want the answer?
Yeah.
50.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, where's the Statue of Liberty located?
New York.
Okay.
Oh, in New York.
That's in New York.
Liberty, New York.
Okay.
What? So Canadians all know where the Statue of Liberty is. And I get it, this is a small sample size. I shouldn't say all Canadians. But these Canadians are more likely to know where the Statue of Liberty is, but don't know how many states there are? Well, if I'm being honest, no Americans at all, basically, know how many Canadian provinces there are. I bet 90% plus of Americans do not know how many Canadian provinces there are. So by that logic, Canadians, it's kind of understandable if Canadians don't exactly know how many United States there are. Maybe that's just the American in me. Okay.
Okay.
Canada is a great country. We actually have rights.
Yeah.
We have freedoms. We have equality. We have, we still have a lot ways to go. We didn't have a country that was based on hypocrisy like the United States.
Oh my God. Whoa.
So, he obviously is a Trudeau supporter, in my opinion, because there's a lot of hypocrisy there. Holy shit.
They found the perfect guy to interview. He has no problem at all giving his opinions on this question.
There's nothing that's fundamentally better about being American other than the fact that they developed a very strong military and they were able to flex that military around the world.
You think Canadians are more friendly than Americans?
Yeah.
As a rule, we are generally more polite, more kind.
Yeah.
But that is not everyone. There is a
Okay.
ton of amazing, lovely people from the States.
Or do you like American football better?
Oh, you prefer the NFL over the CFL?
Oh, go ahead.
It's a funny question. What do Canadians think Canadians are more friendly on average? And based on what I've seen from all the YouTubing I've watched, I think the answer is yes. Canadians are friendlier than Americans. I don't think that's really a hot take or anything. I think that's pretty common. But it is interesting to hear, are Canadians too humble to say that? No. Sounds like Canadians are perfectly aware of it, which is fine.
We do prefer NFL over CFL, yes.
Oh, you could get some.
I prefer the CFL over the NFL. Sorry. I honestly find the NFL boring. So, I don't know. Whatever.
Some people
That's
angry with
dangerous,
that.
I know, exactly. That's dangerous here in Canada.
It's lovely here. There's no hustle and bustle like over there.
The only thing I like about the States better is there's the southern parts of the States, they don't have snow, man. There's no snow.
Yeah.
I lived in Canada all my life. I hate the snow.
Yeah.
I hate the snow.
The alcohol's cheaper.
Here?
No, in the States.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Oh, yeah. Don't get me started. Alcohol. The Americans love their alcohol. It's cheap. It's easy to get. You can get it all the time. Compared to other countries, that might as well be written into our Constitution at this point.
Oh, sorry. There, I did it again. Yeah, Americans love their alcohol so much. They continued to drink it when it was illegal during Prohibition.
Americans will have access to cheap beer at all times.
I was about to say you moved here for the alcohol.
You know what? 30 years ago, I would say Canada was definitely a better place than the U.S. But today, I think Canada is, things are wearing thin. We've got everything we need to be the best place in the world to live. The best. But we got a lot of work to do to clean things up around here. So.
We have better.
Oh, shit, I did it again. Sorry, Tyler. I really would like to hear what he has to say on that.
Oh, wow. That's the first Canadian in this video to be a little critical of Canada. Obviously, this is an extremely personal issue where everyone's going to have their own opinion on this. And I certainly have no idea what Canadians today think of Canada, like modern Canada, 2022 Canada. What's going on, in pop culture and stuff. I have no concept of that, so I am really relying on the Canadians in this video to give an honest kind of opinion on this.
Better health care than they do. I mean,
Yeah.
it's free,
Right.
right? they're trying to make their changes now in order for people to have that sort of benefits that we do. Even childcare that we have here, and it helped me a lot as a single parent raising my kids. I see now they're doing it over there in the States, so it's good. At least they're making changes. That's
True. Well, healthcare isn't exactly free in Canada, right? Like, Canadians have to pay taxes that go towards healthcare, which is good. I think that's a good way to do it. Good system. And compared to America, you might as well call healthcare free in Canada, because compared to America, where it could bankrupt you and ruin your life and finances.
Absolutely.
a good thing.
What is the name of the American national anthem?
The Star Spangled Banner. That is the name of the American national anthem.
A Star Spangled something? Star Spangled. I don't even know. Something like that.
Spandangle, something. I don't know. Your father? No.
Not the Our Father.
They're so close.
Star Spangled Banner.
Okay.
Jimi Hendrix did the best version of all time.
Better than Jennifer Hudson?
Oh,
Better than
come on,
Beyonce?
Come on.
Better than Marvin Gaye?
Well, Marvin Gaye is very.
I don't know if Americans would get this question correct a lot. If Americans know about O Canada, I almost feel like it'd be 50-50, Americans knowing the Canadian national anthem. So I'll let this one slide. It's kind of a bonus if a Canadian knows the American national anthem.
Close, man. Very close. But Jimmy's still the greatest.
Oh, God. He's like, what the fuck?
No. Oh, say, can you see
Oh,
by the dawn's early light? Oh, how proudly we stand.
No.
you got these people so comfortable. They're out here singing the American national anthem. That's funny.
What month?
Or attempting to sing the national anthem. I wouldn't. I don't know all the words. I know the name. But okay, so what month do Americans
vote for their president?
Oh, hell. I'm going to say November.
I want to say October, November.
November?
Yeah, okay.
That's November, right? Yeah, it's November.
And who
Yeah.
was America's first president?
Jimmy Carter?
No.
Okay, that's a loaded question. Because they technically had presidents before Washington. And I think it was either 7 or 13 before. So it's a loaded question, but the first recognized president was George Washington.
Bush?
No. Oh my God.
She said Bush was the first American president. Oh, that was good.
Not Lincoln. It's shoot, I forgot that guy's name.
This is like a classic American when you're in first grade. This is like the first American trivia question you ever learn as an little tiny child. The first president.
Is it Abraham Lincoln?
Lincoln? Abraham?
That was Washington.
Or George Washington.
Yeah.
Pretty good. Goodness knows I don't know who the first Canadian Prime Minister was.
Johnny A. MacDonald.
Right. So what's your honest thoughts or opinions of America?
As a Canadian, what do you think of the U.S.? Oh my. Okay. Here we go. This should be good.
When you think of America.
My honest thoughts. I won't want to live there. That's for sure. Yeah. I prefer here.
Yeah.
Overall.
You think they're a mess over there?
That was.
Of course they're a mess. It's an understatement.
Yeah.
They are a mess.
Oh man, he had to just slip that little thought in, and she was very willing to run with it. Like, don't you think America's a mess? And immediately they were like, okay, he said it, not me. Yes, by the way, they are.
I mean, I'm not saying Canada doesn't have its own mess, but we deal with it differently. right?
People would
We
say
listen.
You think we
to
listen?
The people more,
Yeah.
a little bit more than Americans do. You find more people more open to any ethnic group because Canada is a very multicultural country, more so than they are. We accept more. Canada was more or less built on immigration.
Yeah.
Right.
So I think we put a lot more effort into it.
Yeah.
And we try to be a little bit more open.
I feel a lot safer
That's good. That's all great stuff.
here in Canada.
Oh.
Like as
Why?
a black woman,
Yeah.
you're walking the streets. We're from Montreal, so there's not a lot of catcalling. I don't feel unsafe in the streets if I'm just walking down the streets. I feel like if I were in the States, I'd probably feel a little bit more self-conscious about what I'm wearing, where I'm going, like not really know my surroundings, who the people are trying to talk to me or they're trying to.
Okay. I certainly have a somewhat negative opinion of big cities in America as far as safety goes. There's lots of places in major cities where you should not feel safe. People get strange and aggressive, and like she's saying, as a woman, they might do catcalling and say things to you that are just weird or inappropriate. And yeah, I would tend to probably agree with this experience, but I have no idea what the experience is like in a Canadian major city. Only what I would expect in an American major city. So I'm not exactly sure what the comparison actually is here, but I think for the most part, she's generally correct here.
Chat me up or
Yeah, no, I disagree. A few other cities on the west here that she would be catcalled. She wouldn't feel comfortable walking around some of the streets. It was kind of funny because when I was younger, my mother always told me, if you're new to a strange place that you're not familiar with, to act crazier than the crazies. Well, this actually helped me out one time. First time I ever was in Edmonton, Alberta. I was standing on a street corner waiting for the light to change and minding my own business, there by myself, and I heard a voice behind me saying, "I had a dream about you last night." And I turned around and looked at the tallest native man I had ever seen. I'm 6'2". This guy was 6'8", 6'9". And I looked him straight in the eye and I said, "What was it? Me kicking your ass?" And he was like, "Oh man, you don't have to be so rude." And he walked away. So when that light changed, I ran across the street. I was like, I'm out of here.
They're trying to harass me in some way. But I know it's not all Americans like that are like that, but for me personally, I don't want to take the risk. I just feel safer here.
Okay.
I don't know. I think they're trying very hard to, and I'm just thinking about more from a social standpoint. And I'm talking about, whether it's race, whether it's gender issues, whether it's socioeconomic. I think they're trying very hard, but still in some regards it feels like it's back. They're still in the 60s. And and Canada's not much better, I have to say, with all the indigenous issues that have been emerging lately. And when you think about what we did to the Japanese and Italians in the Second World War, so we have our own.
Whoa, okay. I actually don't know anything about those parts of Canadian history or those kinds of issues, but America certainly has its share of issues.
Well, to talk about the internment camps during the Second World War, when they followed the American lead of taking all the Japanese subjects, Japanese Americans, and locking them up in case they might have been spies. Yeah. And of course, the residential school discoveries didn't help much either in Canada. But, yes, it was on Canadian soil. The government was involved, but, it just comes back to the church. I'm actually surprised this took as long to come up as it did, because the church has a history of convert or die. Basically, look at the Spanish Inquisition. Seriously.
I think a lot of the world is aware of that too.
Problems, but
Who do you think handles it better though? Because both countries have kind of been going through a racial reckoning in a way. Like, do you think
I don't
America
know.
handles it better, or do you think Canada handles it better?
When was this made? 1 year ago. Okay, pretty recently.
I don't think neither handles it well, to be honest.
Problems are as deep.
Yeah.
I think yours. Well, that's America. Like, it's go big or go home, right?
Yeah.
So all the great stuff is really great, and all the bad stuff is kind of really bad. So we're in.
That's a good way to put it. I actually agree with that. That's true for a lot of things in America.
And he finally grew his set and said something. He didn't want to say which country was better at the start off with. Yeah, sure, pal, sure.
The good things are really good and really positive, and then bad things are really bad.
The middle. We kind of float along in the middle.
There isn't as much of a social safety net as there is in Canada, right? I mean, it seems like there's really, really rich people and really, really poor people, and the middle class. And then again, in both countries, the middle class is all but disappearing, but there are more social safety nets in Canada.
Ah.
So, anyway.
Would you ever want to see more Americans move here since we're the better country?
I don't know. It depends on how Americanized Canada becomes.
Yeah, okay. They're laughing. They're like, no, we don't want those wackos here. No, but the Americans who end up wanting to move to Canada probably tend to be more like ideologically aligned with what Canada is. Although that would just be the American version of being aligned with Canada, and they would still be Americanized. So it would Americanize Canada, whatever that means, if a lot more Americans started moving to Canada. So yeah, that is a thing.
No, we like being different, to be honest. We like being different, so whatever that is.
51st state. We don't want to be the 51st state.
No, we're our own country.
Yeah.
The 51st state, a giant state.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of really great places to go visit, and some very annoying Canadians that
What's that guy doing? I was gonna say, what is the kids doing? They're like giving thumbs up. What? Because they're on a video, I guess. Okay.
that are around here too. So.
I think the U.S. is awesome. I think it's great. I think they've certainly handled the COVID situation much better. I think that Canada right now is way behind where the U.S. is, which is disappointing to see.
Why is that? Are you talking about like vaccination, or you think just in terms of rollout?
U.S. is pretty much wide open now, right, for the most part, and that's fantastic. They've got the vaccination rolled out. They're allowing people to choose, and that's the right way to go.
Politically, I'm not impressed with America.
Why is that?
Just some of the things that happen.
This is something I would expect to commonly. I would have expected this to be a common theme with a lot of these answers. Is Canadians not impressed with the politics in America, like he's saying?
Yeah. No, I don't really care about the political landscape of the United States. I have no say in it, so I don't vote in the American election, so I really don't care what they do.
There and the way they run their business.
That's their
Of course,
business.
I can also say I'm really not impressed with Canada right now either.
It's okay.
Whoops.
Okay, I'm enjoying these controversial hot takes with some of the Canadians willing to have some criticisms of Canada, because it's very easy and legitimate. It's very easy and legitimate to have lots of criticisms of the United States, but having self-reflection and self-criticism is, of course, a great thing as well.
No, whoops.
And to do it on like a random YouTube video where this person is just, you've never met them, they're interviewing you, you're being recorded, and these people are answering honestly. Like I was saying, I appreciate that.
Justin, are you hearing this?
Let him know. What do you have to say to him?
Oh no.
Pretty boy.
Nice hair.
America's America is just different, man. Culture, everything.
What makes it different in your opinion?
In my opinion,
Yeah.
It's all from politics, attitude, and presence of mind, actually. Here, like, look at the pandemic. We all care about each other and we all worry about each other. There, they don't even want to listen to a mask mandate. So
what message would you have for Americans?
Just help your fellow American out a little bit more. Be Canadian.
If both the president...
help each other out by being more Canadian. If both the president and vice president can no longer serve, who becomes president? Oh gosh.
Oh, I know this. I saw this in a movie. It's the Speaker of the House.
Is it the Speaker of the House or something? Oh, this is really starting to flirt with my own knowledge.
And vice president can no longer serve, who becomes president?
The vice president and the president can't? I don't even know.
Yes.
They do a new vote. Oh no, is it the person who's in charge of the army? I don't know.
I think it's a Secretary of State.
No.
Oh, that's a good guess, actually.
Oh, it's the Speaker of the House.
Oh, the Speaker of the House, yeah.
Okay.
What did Martin Luther King do?
Oh, this is a good one. Right, because he's so...
Martin Luther King led the Civil Rights March in the 60s.
So important in American history, but not really not Canadian history. Gosh, it would be... Every American knows Martin Luther King Jr., by the way. So I never even thought about how he is not like a big figure when it pertains to the rest of the world. He changed America. So yeah, this actually fascinates me.
A, fought for women's suffrage. B, fought for civil rights. C, became a U.S. Senator. D, ran for President of the United States.
Civil rights.
Okay, look at you. Name one war that was fought by United States in 1900s.
World War I, World War II, Korea, Vietnam.
The Civil War?
No.
Holy shit.
World War I.
Oh,
World War II. Korean War. Vietnam War. Gulf War.
Holy shit, he
I was
named
about to say, like World Wars?
Yeah, there's a lot
there.
You know, they say America is the land of opportunity, though.
Yes,
They do.
Who? Rich white men?
You know, I've never lived in America, but it seems like, it's like...
Did she just say for who? White men? Holy shit.
Dreams
you're
really
rich
can come
or you're
true in
poor.
America, you know?
You don't feel like we have that opportunity here?
I think there is an opportunity to have your dreams come true in Canada, but the scale of which you can make those dreams come to fruition in America, Canada can never compete.
Yeah.
You know, like...
Oh, wow. So even the interviewer here has strong opinions on this. I didn't know he was going to be part of the show as well, like giving his opinion. I like that he's defending America a little bit here. I'm sure there's lots of opportunity in Canada, but I don't know if this is what he's talking about. But the one thing I'll say about it is if you're trying to start a business or become an entrepreneur, something like that, do a startup, America is still to this day, I think, one of the easiest places to accomplish that. If nothing else, America's laws as far as starting a business, it makes it very easy to start an LLC or a business. Whether it succeeds or not, who knows? I'm not even talking about that, but America is there's very little barrier to preventing people from trying to start a business. So at least it has that going for it. And maybe if you are one of those people who succeed, maybe you find that elusive American dream, which a lot of Americans are starting to kind of poop out on and wonder if that's still true. But I like to think it's still somewhat true.
You make it...
Now, since this video is almost over, let me give you what I really think of. No, just kidding. No, seriously. For years and years, I thought Americans were extremely arrogant. And then Donald Trump got into office, and it became a lot worse. You know, they would call it the World Series, and only American teams participated in it. They say they've never lost a war. I can think of 2 off the top of my head. 3 now, if you include Afghanistan. There was it the 92 World Series, the Toronto Blue Jays versus the Atlanta Braves. They brought out the Canadian flag. It was flown upside down because they didn't know which way it was supposed to go. Yeah. What else? So much. I don't want this video to go any too long. So
Get big in America, you're big worldwide.
Yeah, because they have more of an international lens, for sure.
Yeah, well, yeah,
that's true. That's a good point.
Just an international presence.
Canadians
you know?
go to America to get big.
Canadians go to America to get big.
Look at
exactly.
even look at like actors, actresses, singers. They all move to LA.
Exactly.
Accessibility.
Certainly, yeah, I didn't really even think about that. Certainly, if you're trying to be in the entertainment industry, America, I think everyone agrees America is the hub, the place to be. But most people trying to find success and happiness in this world are not trying to succeed in Hollywood or entertainment.
Yeah.
So that's not even very important. We're really talking about like the common person. Can they succeed? Where can they go to succeed?
And
why is that?
literally said this the other day.
They said that the other day. Well, now we know what Canadians think of Americans, and to our American cousins, now you know what we actually think of you.
Yeah.
But listen, if you're watching this and you have any other thoughts you want to share, drop them in the comments section right now. And by the way, if you have any, show ideas you want us to look into, email.
Okay. I think that's pretty much it. This was by the Brandon Gonez Show. That was pretty good. That was good. I'll give that a like. I enjoyed that. I appreciated the hard-hitting questions, the answers. What are they saying? The comments. This is the most relevant news source we have. Can't wait to see this grow. It was good. I like these candid camera interview stuff, man on the street interviews. You get honest, real people, real opinions. Now, you might randomly bump into random people. You're going to bump into random people. That's kind of the beauty of it. But you might randomly bump into people who don't represent the thoughts and opinions of all of Canada. But this is still very much worth it to do this sort of thing, because you're going to get at least somewhat of a variety of thoughts and opinions on it. And you're going to have a little bit of insight into all this stuff, which for that, I appreciate this. I think what I took away is, for the most part, the Canadians here, like Canada, they prefer it to the United States, but are open to the fact that there are lots of criticisms about the United States and some criticism about Canada, but there's lots of wonderful things about Canada that they prefer. That's the general feeling I got from this video, which is very nice. I enjoyed this. Anyway, if you enjoyed this as well, feel free to give this video a like or leave a comment. And if you're interested in more videos like this, me reacting to Canada, Canadian culture, stuff in Canada that I've never seen or heard before, feel free to subscribe for more. And until then, thanks for watching, and see you next time.